me just get some focus there. Thank you. If you look at the frequencies, we'll try and make a quick diagram here. So this is plus 15 dB, this is minus 15 dB. I'm using 15 because this is what this boost and cut can do. And this is 0, so unity gain. And this is then 0 Hertz, 20 Hertz, 100 Hertz. What am I doing? Let's go according to these. 150. 1K 1000 Hertz, 2.5K Hertz, all the way up to 16,000 Hertz or 16 kilohertz. And what happens now is if you strum your guitar or whatever noise signal comes in, you'll get some sort of wah 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 tone curve. And what this pedal allows you to do, it allows you to split this up in threes and affect certain areas in different ways. Now this is a basic layout, but if you actually look at the frequency selector, so if you now choose somewhere here, you'll be choosing this area here, roughly around, let's say around the 200 mark. And the next one will set at, I don't know, somewhere here, which will then be the 1000 mark. And then the last one will set up right to the high shelf, let's say, 10,000 plus. So those are the areas that we have now selected that we want to affect. And if I now start dropping the boosting and cutting, I will be affecting this area, these areas of the frequencies. Excuse me, that's why I've got a coffee. So if I now cut and boost, I will now be making this area of the wave lower or higher in gain. The width, or the Q as they sometimes call it, is how much around this chosen frequency I want to affect. So if I have a very narrow Q, let's say at 150 odd, I'll only be affecting a very narrow band. So if I now drop or boost, I will be only doing this or this in this frequency range. The next one we are going to be, that is the high frequencies. So that would have been here, would have had that very narrow band. If we now chose the, the 2000 odd, but we make it a really wide one, then we would be affecting a much wider frequency range. So if I now push the volume up here or down, excuse me, the curve would be more like this. So a much wider curve in comparison to this one. So you can see in that way how you can now dial in specific frequencies and boost, cut, and change the width of what you're actually affecting. So it's for these reasons that you need to be very careful how you use this parametric EQ and how far you actually push the dials. We are going to try and demo this through pushing a mix into mono through the in, out the other side, and into a recorder. So this will be in the middle, and that means that I can actually affect the full mix in one shot. Now obviously it's not well, it doesn't mean it's not ideal, but it can easily illustrate how well the frequencies can be shaped with the parametric equalizer. And it also proves that this guy actually does what it's supposed to do. Although this is meant for a pedal board, I think that with how clean the signal goes through it, it probably could be used in certain circumstances as some sort of outboard effect. So I just need to set some stuff up, and I'll be back in a minute. Welcome back, and here is our attempt to demonstrate the Mega Para in all its glory. Top view, frequency, cut, boost, width, and the level. And what we're going to be doing is I have got a version of a song that we did previously, but it is, I actually used it because the mix was a little bit on the low end. So what I'm going to try and do, as we're listening to it, I'm not doing any post-production on this, other than maybe some levels just for the video's sake, is actually try and get rid of that real bassiness that is in it. There was way too much bass in it, and we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to start playing it. So this actually has a new version, which is obviously all the parametric EQs and all that kind of mastering was done in the DAW rather than in here. So you can see it's recording straight onto here. I'm now going to engage this guy. So the level dropped because the level is quite down. Okay, so that's the level up a bit. We might have to tweak the level again. So you can hear there's a lot of low end frequency going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to boost the low end, make the Q nice and low, nice and narrow, boost it so you can hear the low end coming up a bit, and I'm going to find where it really goes weird. Because I think it's around 100, 150. So when I'm there now, I can dial this back. So I don't know if I'm making this better because I'm listening through earphones. You can see how things are actually happening. I also want to get some on the high end. So I'm going to shelve a bit, make the response a bit wider here, boost it a wee bit, but only the higher frequencies. Open the top up a bit. So now let's see what we can do with the midtones. Make it a bit narrower, boost it. And now, see, there's a frequency in there which is not nice. So now I can actually see it's the usual around 1000 mark. Well, that's even worse. So let's tweak that out. There we go. Now this is really trying to rescue a bad mix with this, but I think we're actually doing some half decent. Too much bass. I think that is the best I can do without seeing the frequencies. So this gives you an idea at least of how the parametric equalizer can be used. Now obviously in a if you think about it, in a chain, just a pedal chain, it is much easier because you're only really dealing with your guitar tone. Here now we are trying to deal with drums, bass, snare, guitar, you know, everything else, so it gets a little bit trickier. And also my earphones are not working too well through this, so I'm not so sure if I'm doing a very good job of this. Let's switch it off so you can see what it was like original. Okay, now you can start dancing. Yep, it's definitely an improvement in my ears anyway. So this gives you a very good idea of what you can do with the Mega Para and how it can be used to fix, tweak, adjust, do all sorts of fancy stuff with in your pedal board. And as shown here, you know, there might even be some options to use it, 2 of them maybe in the stereo, one left and one right for your for your outboard stuff. Anyway, there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Any questions, please leave them below. Anybody have anything useful to say around the topic of parametric equalizers, both as output equipment, both on pedal boards, anything like that? Please do not hesitate to give us your 2 pence worth in the comments below. Thank you very much. Take it easy. Bye bye.